This video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute professional medical advice. Please consult with your doctor or a qualified healthcare specialist before starting any new vitamins or supplements mentioned in this video. Use of this information is at your own risk. There is a silent erosion happening inside your body, a slow-motion theft that is stripping away your independence, your strength, and your future. And the most terrifying part is that you are likely the one inviting the thief in every single morning. Imagine waking up one day and realizing your legs no longer power to carry you up the stairs, or that your grip has become so frail you cannot even open a jar for your grandchildren. You might tell yourself it is just a natural part of growing old, a tax we all pay to time. But what if I told you that for 84% of people over 60, this physical decay is not an inevitability of age, but a direct consequence of a single, calculated choice made at the breakfast table? You are essentially dismantling your own muscle fibers, one bite at a time, under the tragic illusion that you are being healthy. This is the ultimate betrayal of the modern food industry. They have spent decades grooming us to believe in a specific morning ritual, while in reality, that very ritual is the primary reason your muscles are melting away. Welcome to EldraFit Nutrition. It's a pleasure to have you with us today. We are here to uncover the truths that have been hidden in plain sight, to give you back the vitality that is rightfully yours. Before we go any further into the dark science of how this meal is paralyzing your physical strength, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel. Your support gives us the vital motivation to continue researching and bringing these life-changing revelations to you and your loved ones. The tragedy of the healthy breakfast trap is that it targets the most disciplined among us. You reach for the box with the heart-shaped logo or the bottle that promises sunshine and vitamins, believing you are fortifying your body against the march of time. Yet statistics reveal a haunting reality. Those who follow these traditional healthy guidelines are often the ones suffering from the most rapid muscle loss, a condition known as sarcopenia. This isn't about eating junk food or indulging in obvious sweets. This is about the most trusted, most marketed breakfast combination in history. For someone over 60, muscle is not just about aesthetics. It is your armor. It is what prevents the falls that lead to broken hips. It is the engine that keeps your metabolism running. When you lose muscle, you lose your autonomy. You become a prisoner in a body that refuses to obey your commands. This meal, which we will dissect in agonizing detail, creates a biological environment where muscle growth becomes a chemical impossibility. It triggers a cascade of internal destruction that leaves your muscle cells starving for repair while your body stores nothing but inflammatory fat. We are standing at a crossroads where your morning routine is either a foundation for strength or a blueprint for fragility. The choice you make tomorrow morning will determine whether you spend your later years in a state of vibrant movement or quiet, painful stagnation. It is time to stop being a victim of marketing and start becoming a master of your own biology. Before we move into the biological mechanism of this destruction, I want you to look inward and answer this honestly. Which of these sounds more like your current reality? A. I feel my strength fading and I've accepted it as a normal part of getting older. B. I am frustrated because I try to eat healthy, yet I don't feel the strength and energy I expected to have. Please comment A or B below. Your honesty helps us understand the challenges we are all facing together. The reason your muscles are failing you is not simply because the calendar is turning. It is because your internal chemistry has been hijacked by a process called metabolic warfare. To understand why your strength is vanishing, we must look at the invisible messenger in your blood: insulin. In a healthy body, insulin is the key that opens the door to your muscle cells, allowing them to take in the nutrients they need to stay strong and resilient. But after 60, the rules of the game change. When you consume the refined carbohydrates and hidden sugars found in those famous breakfast staples, you aren't just giving yourself energy, you are detonating an insulin bomb. Your blood sugar levels skyrocket, often crossing the invisible but deadly threshold of 140 milligram dealer. This is the burning point for your cardiovascular and muscular systems. When your sugar stays this high, your body enters a state of chronic inflammation. In this inflamed state, the signal to build muscle is completely severed. Your body becomes deaf to insulin's call. This is insulin resistance, and for a senior, it is a death sentence for your physical strength. Instead of using the protein you eat to repair your muscles, your body, in a state of confused survival, begins to do the unthinkable. It starts to cannibalize your existing muscle tissue to manage the internal stress. This biological catastrophe specifically targets your type 2 muscle fibers. These are your fast twitch fibers, the ones responsible for balance, for a steady gait, and for the power to stand up from a chair without help. When insulin resistance takes hold due to your morning sugar spikes, these fibers are the first to wither. It is a terrifying paradox. You are eating more than enough calories, yet your muscles are literally starving to death. While your scales might stay the same, the composition of your body is shifting from functional, living tissue into inactive, inflammatory fat. This isn't just about weight, it is about the quality of the meat on your bones. High insulin levels act like a lock on your fat cells, preventing you from burning fat for energy, while simultaneously acting like a sledgehammer to your muscle cells. Furthermore, this metabolic chaos triggers the release of myostatin, a protein that actively inhibits muscle growth. You are essentially fighting a war against your own hormones every single day. The healthy juice and cereal you were told would give you a jump start are actually the very things keeping your body in a permanent state of breakdown. This is why you can spend hours at the gym or walking in the park and see no improvement in your tone or strength. You cannot outtrain a metabolic environment that is rigged for failure. We must realize that every time we allow our blood sugar to spike in the morning, we are sending a signal to our DNA to prioritize decay over repair. The restoration of your strength is not found in a pill or a miracle exercise. It begins with silencing the insulin storm and ending the biological inflammation that is eating you from the inside out. Understanding this mechanism is the first step toward reclaiming the power that has been stolen from you. The betrayal begins in the most unsuspecting place, the colorful, heart-stamped boxes of cereal sitting on your kitchen counter. We have been conditioned to see these as the breakfast of champions. Yet for anyone over 60, they are closer to a blueprint for physical frailty. Take a close look at a standard bowl of Cheerios, a product that generates hundreds of millions in sales by promising health. A single serving is packed with refined oats and cornstarch, carbohydrates that have been stripped of their natural integrity. The moment these hit your tongue, they begin a rapid conversion into glucose, flooding your bloodstream and forcing your body into a state of high-alert insulin production. But there's a darker secret hidden in the fine print. Try potassium phosphate. This ingredient, used in heavy-duty industrial cleaning agents, is added to your breakfast to maintain texture. Research indicates that these phosphate additives can elevate your blood phosphate levels for nearly 20 hours, promoting the calcification of your arteries and inducing a level of systemic inflammation that tells your muscle cells to stop repairing and start withering. You are effectively starting your day with a chemical cocktail that prioritizes arterial stiffness over muscular strength. This metabolic assault is then doubled by the presence of the most deceptive health drink in history, orange juice. Associated with sunshine and vitality, a single glass of premium orange juice is a concentrated delivery system for liquid sugar. When you eat a whole orange, you consume fiber that acts as a biological brake, slowing the absorption of sugar and protecting your liver. But when that fiber is removed, you are left with a carbohydrate to fiber ratio that is catastrophically skewed. This flood of fructose is processed almost exclusively by your liver, which, when overwhelmed, begins to convert that sugar directly into fat. This leads to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, a condition that is now recognized as a primary driver of muscle-wasting inflammation. The combination of cereal and juice creates a morning insulin storm that lasts all day, leaving your body incapable of burning fat and making it impossible for your muscle tissues to access the protein they need to survive. Every morning you consume this combination, you are choosing a path of biological decay, trading your future mobility for a marketing myth that was never designed with your longevity in mind. To reclaim the strength that has been stolen by decades of misinformation, we must return to a nutritional sanctuary built on biological reality. Your body over 60 does not need more sugar for energy. It needs the structural raw materials required to rebuild its armor. The most powerful weapon in your arsenal is the humble egg. Long unfairly maligned by outdated science, eggs are a near-perfect food for muscle preservation. They provide a complete profile of essential amino acids, including the critical trigger known as leucine. Think of leucine as the biological on switch for muscle protein synthesis. Without it, your body simply cannot build or maintain the tissue that keeps you upright and mobile. By starting your day with high-quality protein and healthy fats rather than refined sugar, you keep your insulin levels whisper quiet, allowing your body to remain in a state of repair rather than breakdown. Pairing these eggs with half an avocado creates an anti-inflammatory powerhouse. The monounsaturated fats in avocado actively support the health of your endothelial lining and provide the sustained, slow-burning fuel your brain and muscles crave. If you find yourself longing for the comfort of a warm grain, the only path forward is steel-cut oats. Unlike the instant or quick varieties that have been pre-processed into sugar-spiking mush, steel-cut oats retain their intact structure. This means they digest slowly, providing a gentle rise in energy without the catastrophic insulin spike that paralyzes muscle growth. Finally, we must address the morning beverage. Replace the inflammatory sugar water of orange juice with the whole fruit itself. The fiber in a whole orange or half a grapefruit transforms the sugar into a slow-release fuel source. Alternatively, the polyphenols found in unsweetened green tea or black coffee offer documented cardiovascular benefits without any of the metabolic cost. This shift is not about deprivation. It is about choosing a superior form of vitality. By making these changes, you are not just eating a meal, you are issuing a command to your cells to remain strong, resilient, and capable. Every morning becomes a conscious act of biological rebirth, ensuring that your later years are defined by the power of your movement rather than the limitations of your frailty. The restoration of your independence begins with the very next plate you put in front of you. The erosion of your physical independence is not a random event or a cruel trick of nature. It is the cumulative result of a silent, metabolic war waged every single morning. We have been conditioned to accept physical decline as an inevitable tax on our older years, but the truth is far more empowering and perhaps more convicting. The fragility that makes you hesitate at the bottom of a staircase or struggle to rise from a chair is often built, one spoonful at a time, in the comfort of your own kitchen. This is a call to awaken from a marketing-induced slumber that has normalized the consumption of industrial additives and liquid sugar under the guise of heart health. Information only transforms into wisdom when it crosses the threshold of action. Every morning you choose a protein-rich meal over a refined box of cereal. You are casting a vote for your future autonomy. You are signaling to your cells that you value your strength more than the convenience of a processed myth. This shift does not require a Herculean effort. It begins with the very next plate you set on your table. Start by reclaiming just 3 mornings a week. Notice the steady energy that follows, the absence of the mid-morning brain fog, and the subtle, sure return of your physical confidence. We have a shared responsibility to protect ourselves and those we love in an era where corporate profit is frequently prioritized over human vitality. Your body is a masterpiece of resilience, but it cannot rebuild its armor without the proper raw materials. The time to stop the theft of your muscle and your dignity is not next month or next year. It is tomorrow morning. Your future self is waiting for you to make the right choice. The deepest lesson we can draw from this journey is that the greatest threat to our longevity is not the passage of time, but the abundance of misinformation disguised as tradition. We live in a world where normal eating habits are actually driving abnormal biological decay. The profound takeaway here is the concept of biological discernment, the ability to look past a colorful label and understand the hormonal impact of what we consume. We must realize that our bodies after 60 are not less capable. They are simply less forgiving. They require a higher standard of fuel because the stakes have become so much higher. To apply this to your life today, begin by adopting a whole food first filter for your first meal of the day. Ask yourself, does this meal provide the building blocks for my muscle, or does it trigger the insulin storm that breaks it down? Prioritize protein density and intact fiber above all else. Treat your breakfast as a medical intervention for your strength. When you go to the grocery store, stay on the perimeter where the real, unboxed food lives. By changing the first hour of your day, you change the metabolic trajectory of your entire life. You are moving away from a state of quiet stagnation and toward a future defined by movement, capability, and vibrant health. This is not just about nutrition, it is about respecting the vessel that carries your soul through this world. To help us all learn from each other's experiences and build a stronger community, I have a very simple question for you. If you could replace just one item in your current breakfast with something more muscle-friendly tomorrow, what would it be? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below so we can all benefit from your perspective and commitment. Also, if you found this information valuable and want to see more content dedicated to helping you stay strong and vibrant, please consider subscribing to the channel. Your support is what gives us the motivation to keep researching and sharing these vital health truths with the world. Thank you for being here with us today.